Hi guys, it's Crystal City, your homestead, and time for supper. We're going to do another tinfoil meal, or pack, or however you want to call them, foil pack. But before I do that, I said earlier on my quick video thanking the lady for the rhubarb, 25 pounds, I meant to say 25 cups. Or, yeah, 25 cups. So, yeah, that's quite a bit. So I was thinking about tonight's, and, you know, I'm not a camper. I'm not like the, let's do the wild thing. I'm not like that. I don't like to sleep on the ground. Now, if you can find me a camper, whatever, I'm all about it. Cooking over hot flames, I'm about that too. But I'm not sleeping on the ground. But when you take your kids or your grandkids and you go out camping, what is one of the first things that they want? Well, other than McDonald's, that's what my grandkids would say. McDonald's, Grandma. That's Emmy's favorite, McDonald's. Burger King, Taco Bell, all that good stuff, you know. Or pizza. So, what if you did this before you left and you had them all wrapped up and the kids or even the adults could make up their own before we left? And then we cook it over the open fire or on our griddle or whatever, ovens, whatever we want to do with it. Now, the recipe that I looked at showed you making a great big, you know, Italian loaf. But I thought, you know what? I don't want to have to go to the store just for that. So I actually went to the bread store and I got half a loaf of bread. And they had these miniature sub buns. And they were buy one, get one free. So I got the half loaf of bread and these. There's 8 of them in there. All together for $1.10. So, I mean, you can't do much cheaper than that. So, I'm going to do 2 of them. All together, I'm going to make 8. And then, you know, if you got leftovers, you can always warm them back up. Whatever you want to do. But I thought, why not do something that's fun? And, you know, you can get the kids involved, the adults involved, whatever it happens to be. And you could do it right at the campsite. Or you can make it in your trusty oven. Alright, so let's get started here. So I've got my little buns. And as you know, I recanned my pizza sauce. Now, I'm actually down to 2 jars of that left. So, yeah, if they have it again, I'll get more and recan it. It turns out beautifully. And boy, I'll tell you what, it saves me a lot of money at the store. If they don't have any, then I guess I'll have to buy some or something else. Because Tom's like, you know, you're down to 2 jars down there. And I'm like, oops. Now I'm going to do mine just a little bit different than theirs was. Because, of course, that's just how I do it. They use sliced cheese. I'm not using sliced cheese. I'm going to use my shredded. And they only use pepperoni. And, well, I'm going to do more than that, too. This pepperoni I got for, I think, $1 down at Bronson. And it's been in the freezer. So why not save some money and use up what I have in the freezer. I love to save money. Spending as little on groceries as I possibly can is my goal. And I'm sure it's most of your goals too. And I'm keeping it on one side because we are going to double these over. So you want to keep them to one side. And you don't have to use as much pepperoni as you don't if you don't want to. None of that. You use what you want to do. And I got to thinking about it. I'm only going to use mushrooms on one side because I only have just a half a pint up here. And I'd like it to be enough to last on both for all 8 pizzas. Then I've got a little bit of my peppers left in the refrigerator, and then Tom can bring me up some more. So I thought, why not add those to it? But then I got to thinking today, You know, there's so many other things you could add to these pizzas. You could make them specialized. You could make them barbecued chicken pizzas. You could make whatever you wanted. You know what I mean? You could make it your own pizza. Then I'm going to put cheese over top of that. And then we're going to fold them over. Just like so. I'm kind of lifting them up and over. I'm making my hands a mess. So you want them to double up so that, you know, you don't lose all your ingredients to the foil. And then we're going to close them up just like we would any of the other packs. You don't want to squish them too much because, well, then you'll have a squished pizza. Alrighty. Let me get these other 6 made and then I will be back. I guess I waited just about the right time because Tom just called and talked to me for a few minutes. So he'll probably be home before this is done. So I decided to fold the other way and put the fold underneath. Let's see how that works. Now we want to put this in the oven for 15 minutes. Because obviously we want to get everything melted and maybe toasted a little bit. And actually, I seen on there they had a pretty good idea. You know, I've got those little metal dishes. And I bought them for something, I don't remember what. I used them for that, but I don't remember what it was for. But anyway, you could sit those inside of them and stack them up to put into your cooler so they don't get smushed or anything. And like I ran out of peppers on the last 2 didn't get any peppers. You know, but there's taco pizza, there's barbecue chicken pizza, there's ranch pizza, there's all kinds. And there's no reason you couldn't try some of that in there. So I had a little bit of my pizza sauce left. I don't know if it'll be enough for what I'm making next week. If it is, I don't have to open the other jar. That's a good thing. So, and I had a little bit of pepperoni left. Hopefully that's enough. Because I am going to do this thing with a pizza next week that I seen on a reel. And I really, really want to try it. I think it's going to be cool. And I bought the other thing to go with it at Bronson this week. Last week, I should say. So, I've got that set. And then I will show you when we get to the table. Tom timed it just right. But I thought I'd show you what one of them looked like. Isn't that pretty? He wants 3 tonight. Ooh, that bottom's a little bit hot. I'll put this extra cheese off to the side. Nice cheese pull there. Alright, so I'm going to load up these plates and fix his lunch for tomorrow. And then I really will meet you at the table. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Did you sneak a bite?
I wouldn't do that.
I think you did.
Oh.
I don't know.
That was there before.
No. There's his dinner. You got 3 more for lunch tomorrow. Now take an official bite. Pretty funny, it matched exactly what the other one was.
That's strange.
I know, right?
Could have swore that was there beforehand.
No. I made them, I guarantee it wasn't there.
There wasn't a bite mark on this side? I thought maybe you sampled it.
Nope. Nope. So you get to find room for, I found the other rhubarb, so now you got to find room for 4 bags of rhubarb.
Yay.
But you might get some rhubarb strawberry pie filling. That's Tom's favorite pie. And actually I found out from Sienna today, that's her favorite jelly too, or jam too, so I might have
to give her one.
I know. The jars are counting down already.
I know.
Jeez, oh Pete.
So then you got a lot of rhubarb.
Well, there isn't a whole lot if you think about making pie filling too.
We got one of our own out there yet too.
There ain't much on there though. And they're really small. Next year. I'm surprised that one lasted because, you know, I mean, it has been transplanted
3 times.
3 times, yeah. All right, so those are good to make on a campfire. And you can make them any flavor that you want. So tomorrow will be a good one too. Not necessarily a fun one, but it'll be a good one. So you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.